So I just wanted to talk about a particularly fun project that I just finished making recently. Um, it's a found footage horror project made only by me so far. Pretty much everything on this channel is just me at the moment. It's just easier to kind of construct everything. I write the scripts and I can just shoot whenever I want. I usually shoot at my apartment or surrounding areas or at my parents' house. Some of you may be aware that on this channel I have a 40-minute found footage horror feature film, and that I completed last year and released in December. And I have to admit that was a lot of fun, but really exhausting, especially for one person. And I mean, it was like 2 weeks. The most exhausting was just shooting it. Everything else was really, not all like too much work or whatever. I mean, it was a lot of effort, but the shooting was just crazy because it was like every day after work. I had to drive places. I filmed mostly at my parents' house. There were night scenes that I had to wait until the night came. And I tried to get it all finished within 2 weeks so that my hair didn't grow out too much and all that kind of stuff. So there was some stress surrounding that. It was, like I said, a lot of fun, but really exhausting. So this year, and I mean, it's hard with a full-time job, of course. I think that's really what kind of makes it extra tough. You know, I have a 9-to-5 corporate job, so it's like the only time I can really, do something of that size, 40 minutes, is, just in the evenings or over the weekends. And I also use 2 weekends, so. Anyway, because of that, this year, just even thinking about doing something else like that was like, of course, very exhausting. So this year I wanted to just make a shorter film, and but kind of more of a serious project like that one. One of the ones that I would call like a short film rather than say like a fun YouTube video. I have a lot like kind of fun little skits, comedy skits, and even little horror skits. Those are kind of the two main things on this channel. And a lot of them are, designed for YouTube. They're just kind of fun videos that I put up. But I do like to make the occasional more serious film. I had one that is also on this channel. It's called Oh My God, You're Like Totally Haunted. And that was a horror comedy. So that one I did, consider a film, if you will. And I sent that one off to film festivals, and I was fortunate enough to be selected by a couple. I was a semi-finalist at Indie Short Fest with that one, and I was selected by Awesome Micro Film Festival, where it was also nominated for Best Horror Comedy, so that was really fun. Both of those are short film only festivals. So anyway, I wanted to kind of try another project where I would be sending to film festivals would be the idea. It's just a different outlet, of course, than YouTube. So that was kind of like basically what I was doing for the last couple weeks or so. This one thankfully only took a week to film. It's 15 minutes long. Like I said, it is found footage horror. And it's just me, all within this apartment, so that also made it kind of nice. I could shoot home from work and just film right where I am. So I try to come up with a story that, was very contained in that kind of way. But of course, the idea is this is a more serious project, so I definitely was looking to make it, more cinematic. I guess theatrical, you could say, or whatever. Like I said, the idea is to send to film festivals. So that was definitely the goal. And yeah, so it was interesting. Of course, I had some experience, doing this type of thing, especially with my 40-minute film. But I think like in other ways, it just kind of improved with the pacing. The pacing is kind of slow. Also kind of like my 40-minute film because it's more, what's it called? Like a slow burn, It's not like the big jump scares or the, scary monsters or whatever that pop out. It's definitely more of like a psychological, unraveling in a way, or just, I like to make things or stories that are kind of like, something just kind of feels off, but you can't really tell exactly what it is, but that's what's kind of like, fun and mysterious about it. So they have a strong psychological angle, which I think works pretty well for solo projects like these types of films that I like to do. So it's definitely more of that type of thing, slow burn. And yeah, it was fun because, like the other one, also just very very contained, very few props. Everything I needed I pretty much already had. So for an example, there's really only two like main props in this movie, and one of them, this is the mug of the main character, and then the other character who you never see is this is his mug. His name is Dylan. I think this even says, it's kind of scratched off a bit, or it's eroding, but it says keep telling the stories, which I don't know, just kind of fun for me. You never can see that in the film, but it was just kind of a fun little thing to have on the cup. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, it took just like a week to film, but it was I would say 50-50 during the day and the other half at night. So the night was definitely kind of a struggle because it's kind of like the last thing you want to do is film at the end of the day when it's like your body and system is just ready to like go to sleep, or at least relax, before going to sleep. So it was kind of like I would wait until it was like total dark and then be like, this like, oh, I gotta film now though. But the funny thing is that thankfully, once I started filming, the momentum just kind of carried me most of the time. I actually wound up getting scenes done faster than I even expected. Sometimes you just got to start, and it's like the just do it kind of thing, and before you know it, you're just moving along. So thankfully, that was really nice, and because of that, I really finished sooner than I thought. I actually was going to give myself like a month period to do it comfortably, I guess. But I actually, at least the filming anyway, but I actually wound up finishing it within a week, which was a surprise. I thought that I may finish it within 2 weeks, maybe 3, but I was, just surprised that, I think what also helps is I do like to kind of plan certain cuts, so it's just easier to film instead of just kind of trying to remember like everything that's, all the lines just you have to say. But found footage is great because you can have cuts at different times, and it's completely expected and feels natural because people kind of expect, well, this is footage that has been found somewhere, and it's just been whittled or cut or edited so that you only have the pieces that move the story forward. So it kind of goes in line with the genre. So that kind of worked. And another really funny thing is, even though I planned all these cuts in advance, I wound up with a longer runtime than I expected. I think it was like 17 minutes, and I wanted to really optimize for film festivals because 15 minutes and under for short films is just a pretty good area to shoot for, apparently, from research I've done. It's just more competitive to get a film into a festival. After that, it kind of gets kind of long unless you're looking more into feature territory. So I was like, 17 minutes, I know I'm pretty safe under 15, so I had to really kind of chop a bit. And I was surprised by like what I could just take out without like it being like too much of a problem, or looking kind of weird. So that was actually kind of a new experience for me with this particular project. And I think I got it pretty well. It is kind of more of a dramatic slow burn, so I did have like more moments where I paused for a while, and I was kind of wondering if I was pausing too long or not. It's kind of hard to judge your own work, but I don't know, I did the best I could. Got it under 15 minutes, which was the goal, so that's good. But the only downside is apparently just for this channel, which I love to maintain and add new things. Festival runs can take a long time, and a lot of them prefer it to be like a premiere, especially for a feature. They want it to be like a premiere the first time that it's been published anywhere or watched anywhere. Short films, there's usually more leeway, but sometimes it still kind of is a factor with whether or not they decide to screen or select your film. So for that reason, from my research, part of the strategy is to withhold the film, give it a try with the festivals, a little run, see if it gets selected anywhere. Obviously that's the goal, but obviously in the meantime I can't really publish it, or else I may be shooting myself in the foot with that opportunity. So, but I wanted to make this video because it was actually a very unique project, different from others, even though I did the 40-minute one. So it had its own unique challenges. It was also a lot of fun, and it is one that I'm very excited about. I certainly think it's one of my better pieces. It's a more emotional type of, and slow burn and emotional type of film. So it's different than some of the other ones. And like I said, it was a more like serious project. So all that stuff makes it kind of more of a standout one that I'm more proud of than most. I just wish I could put it on, YouTube, but I'm gonna have to wait for that. So, and here's a poster I created for it. As you can see, it's called "The Habits Left Behind." But anyway, just wanted to let you guys know. Hopefully, I can share that. Definitely plan on sharing it at some point, but it just may be a while. But I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at a very a solo, micro filmmaker, and the challenges and interesting obstacles that I guess people like me come up against. So anyway, I'll let you know when that film is ready to be watched, and thanks for watching.